Hi everyone, Keandra from the Explore Dream Discover Centre, jumping on to do our first week of classes, our module 1 of classes. If you are watching the replay, thank you so much for catching up and taking the time to do this week's class. If you are watching the replay, please still put your comments in and I'll do the best that I can to catch up on anything that I've missed. Otherwise, put your questions and everything on the wall. I want the wall of the group to be interactive and where we ask our questions so I can see them and they don't necessarily get lost. If you haven't yet downloaded the book, the module book, it is on the group page. It's in a PDF format, so you can download it straight to your tablets, to your phones, to your computers and laptops as well. So hi Angela, hi Emma, hi Candice, hi Ricky, or Julianne, sorry. I think Ricky's your husband's name. Hi Jane, Charlene, awesome guys, awesome to have you all on with me live. And Tazzy, I could see you on as well. Perfect. So if you can, hi Liv, if you can have the book in front of you for classes, brilliant. Sorry if I'm a little bit slow at moving and looking a little bit tired. I don't usually look like this, but have been a bit unwell, so got out of hospital yesterday, but powering on to do these classes. I wouldn't miss it for the... Now, if you have downloaded the book, you will see, I'm just going to, don't mind me, I'm just in the shop at the moment. You will see this is just on my laptop. The book should look a little bit like this. I do suggest that, and I'll have it up much before our class, probably a day or two before our class, generally, so you will have time to print it off. It's just because of the hospital situation that I didn't get it up, but we got it up in time. So you'll see your book for this module will look a little bit like this, or a lot like this actually. So our first class for this module, for this course, is our Psychic 101 class. So it's got a little bit of a description of what we are learning this week. So this week, hi everyone, thank you. This week is not so much a hands-on week, so we will be doing hands-on activities as well. But this week I wanted to ease you guys in, being the first week, ease you guys into different tools and different techniques, the basics, but the most important as well. So you probably read where I've put the book that we are going to be talking about psychic energy, what it is, how we use it, also about protection. Protection is the most important thing to really start with, I would say, and different techniques of protection and why we need protection, energy protection as such. Lisa actually just made me this today, which is beautiful. We had a conversation about it last night, but using different stones and beautiful protection necklace, which is perfect. We'll be talking about different protection techniques, crystals, their uses, and also get familiar with our deck of cards. Now, if you haven't received your deck of cards, if you did order that through us, it will be coming, and it's not imperative at the moment because it's going to be more so the last half of the class, of the course, that we delve into the card side. But we are going to get familiar with our decks of cards tonight. So as soon as your deck arrives, if you've got a new one coming, just catch up and use these techniques as well. But it's something that I want you all to do throughout the course of the next few weeks before you start to read for each other and learn how to connect in on that level. If you have any questions, hi Sarah, hi Kate. If you do have any questions throughout the classes, please feel free and open enough to put them in the comments section. As I said, if you haven't watched my introduction video, I guess you would call it, pick my brain. Use my brain to ask as many questions as possible, because this is what I'm here for. To unleash or unload my knowledge onto you to help you get to where it is that you want through this course as well. There's no silly questions. If somebody hasn't asked it already, I'm sure there's somebody thinking about it, so please feel open enough to share. I have asked my guides to attract in the right people to the course. So this is a very safe and open environment that we're creating here. So Emma says, I only have some crystal cards. Can I use those or wait to get some angel cards? You can use whatever it is that you're drawn to, and that's something we're going to talk about tonight as well when we get into the card breaking in your deck and getting familiar with your cards, that it comes down to what you resonate with as well. You may, like I have probably about, I don't even know, maybe 12 different decks, and which isn't that much compared to other people that I know, but I tend to really only use 3 decks. The others kind of sit there unless I feel drawn to them. But we're going to talk about building a relationship with your deck as well, and how to give it time. And then if you're still not feeling comfortable with that deck, then looking at building a relationship with another deck. Let's get started. Yes, I am going to be giving you information and teaching you things, but if you have different ways of doing things, please know that that's perfectly fine. Essentially, I will give you tools and techniques and structure, but what I want you guys to get is that you need to put your own individuality into it. You need to find who you are in a psychic sense, in a spiritual sense, with your own individuality. So the structures that I'm teaching and the tools that I'm giving, this is going to be about you picking it to pieces even and going, yep, that resonates, I don't know about that, and that's perfectly fine as well. Find your own sense of individuality in your own psychic energy and your own psychic senses, okay? This is about you putting your spin on it. It's when we start to compare our journey to others, or our gift as such, or our ability, whatever you want to call it, that we block ourselves, okay? It's about not comparing yourself to the likes of Doreen Virtue or John Edward, but finding who you are as a reader, or, you know, how it is you want to use it as well. Perfect. So with that, as I said, any questions throughout the class, please let me know, and we'll go from there. But the very first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is, so what is psychic energy? What is psychic power? What is psychic energy, and how do we use it? A lot of the time, when, you know, everyday people think about the word psychic, they think of these mysterious people that have these powers and gifts, and you know, that what a psychic does is something, you know, out of the ordinary. Well, the thing is, we are all actually born with abilities. And these abilities are your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your clairsentience, your claircognizance. These four things are actually abilities. They're ways that we connect in. And this is something that I think it's next week that we delve into how it is that you connect in, what clairs you use. But essentially, we are all born with gifts and abilities. We are all born with intuition. The thing is, as we get older and as life gets busy and work gets in the way and children and this and that and the external world becomes hectic, we disconnect. We disconnect as such from our intuition and from our natural born abilities. And it can be, you know, it takes us to become aware again and really start to look into it and reconnect with ourselves to bring that back out. Now, yes, some people do have a more natural gift. These are the people that are born and they're seeing spirits, or they're little kids and they're running around and they're talking about spirits and angels, and they're very, very empathic and in touch with that side of them. But even they can grow up and lose that part of themselves. But for some of those people, it does just continue. Now, for other people, it does take really connecting into that sense of self and reconnecting with your intuition and your higher self to bring out these abilities. But sometimes it does come more naturally for some, but for others, it does take that training. The way that I like to explain it is essentially clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is just the gift of foresight, of seeing visions. It's just an ability. No different to somebody who wants to do swimming or become a swimmer or to become a singer. Now, some people are born with this beautiful gift of an amazing voice, and for other people, it takes them to train and to get mentors or to do lessons or vocal coaches to get to that point. Now, with your intuition and with these abilities, it's no different. Sometimes it just takes that practice and that repetition and that fine-tuning to really connect with that part of you and to become really good at it as well. So this is what we are working towards here with this course as well. Sometimes, yes, people look at psychics and think that it's this mysterious power, but it isn't actually the case. We are all born with intuition. It's just whether we stay connected to it or not is a bit of a different story. So I put in the first part of your book, and hopefully you guys have the book in front of you. So clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentience are abilities that a person with psychic energy uses to connect in on a psychic level, at times to look into past and also predict your future. A psychic to a person with no formal knowledge around how it all works can feel like this incredible gifted person with some sort of unnatural superpower, when in fact we are all born with a gift as such. The gift or ability of intuition. Understanding the concept of psychic energy becomes simple once you understand the basic laws of physics. I've put, now don't worry, this will not be turning into a science class, yet let's look at it in a simple form. All solid objects are of a vibrating energy. Similarly, invisible waves such as sound, radio, electricity are all forms of vibration as well. The same applies for the human mind also. The mind is an energy station which creates, transmits, and receives energy. Objects are of a vibrating energy. Similarly, invisible waves. The fact that the mind has a will of its own adds an interesting dimension to the concept of psychic energy. So, we all vibrate at a different level. This is essentially our aura. So you guys have probably heard about auras and how we all have a different aura, or we all vibrate at a different level, which creates our aura, the colours around us. It affects our moods, how we're feeling, how other people feel towards us as well. Essentially, when we're connecting in on a psychic level, when we're connecting in with somebody else, we are connecting in with their aura. We're connecting into their personal space, but it's on an energetic level. And as soon as you can make that connection and this is why sometimes reading for skeptics can be very, very difficult, because they don't let you into that space. They have their walls up, they have their barriers up. So it can be very, very difficult to break through, which then blocks connection as well. But it is just about transmitting thought form. So you guys have probably heard of telepathy, and we're going to go into in a moment different ways that we can connect in. It's just transmitted through thought form, okay, through vibration. Every thought, and this is why what we think we manifest. I'm very, very big on the law of attraction and what we think we create, and it's no different on a psychic sense as well. So with that, what I wanted you guys to know is psychic energy, like all forms of energy, are like a boomerang. So the energy you give out will return to you. So your intention has to be of high vibration when you're connecting in with somebody. Otherwise, you're going to cop that back tenfolds as well. I think there was somebody on the class, I didn't get to do my vibration class last night because of hospital, but I was going to teach everybody about raising their vibration. If you are going to connect with somebody on a psychic level, on an energetic level, it's very, very important that you keep your vibration high as well. Okay, and we'll talk about this more when we go into protection, but it can be very, very draining, and if your vibration is at a low level, you may find it very, very difficult to make that connection on a psychic level, on an energetic level. You may find that you will feel very, very blocked due to being at such a low vibration. So I throughout the weeks as well, I will put up techniques on how to keep your vibration at a high level, your aura at a high level, but definitely take tonight's class with the protection side of things. It's super, super important. There's a reason why I've done each module the way that I have. It would be great to, grab our cards and straight away delve into playing with cards and working with each other and doing readings for each other. But to know the basics and to know the essentials is super important, especially with protection, because you don't want to be connecting in with somebody's energy, especially say if somebody has depression or if somebody's going through such a traumatic experience. And let me tell you, it's very, very rare that we have somebody come to us for a reading that has all their ducks in a row. A lot of people don't just go, I'm going to wake up today and have a psychic reading because it's fun. It's generally because there is a lot of trauma or there's a lot of challenges or they're looking for some sort of resolution within their life. My energy is a lot. Kylie, oh wow, my energy is low a lot, so I'm looking forward to learning this. Beautiful, Kylie. I'm looking forward to sharing some techniques with you. It would be interesting to see why your energy is low as well. If you're an empath, which I'm picking up that you would be, it's probably coming from outside influence as well. So if you guys can take these protection techniques that I'm about to get into in a little bit and see if that makes a difference to your vibration and to your energy, and let us know how you go on the page. Working with crystals especially and doing these protection techniques has been, from when I first started to connect in to reading on a professional level to now is absolutely crazy. Taking these tools and techniques will help you connect on a better level, but it will also hopefully save you guys a lot of lessons that I had to learn through my journey the hard way. So I'm hoping I can give you something that you can, skip that horrible step of feeling low and not having that protection side of things as well. One thing I wanted to say is please go back and read your book. I think I said this in the video, the introduction video. It's like a movie. When you watch a movie the second time round and you pick up bits and pieces that maybe you didn't see the first time, and then you think, oh, I missed that bit. Watch these videos again, even if it's right at the end of the 6 weeks. They're going to stay up for you. Watch the videos again and you'll pick up more and more pieces to the puzzle. But definitely go back and read your manuals, because I'm not going to read every single thing that I've written in the manuals because that would be really boring. But go back and read the manuals because you'll pick up more and more from it as well. And you'll get to read it in your own words, so bits and pieces will come to you in a different way. Definitely read the manual. Okay, so some different ways that we connect in on a psychic level. Let me ask you guys, who is here because they want to have self-guidance? They want to learn how to connect in on a psychic level simply because they want to be able to offer themselves some guidance. If you can just put a Y or a yes or a thumbs up in the comments section, that would be great. Who would like to be able to connect in on a deeper level for themselves to give themselves some self-guidance? Who else is wanting to take it further and read for friends and family? If you want to read for friends and family, just put an F in the comments. And this will give me an idea to see who wants to take it where as well. Okay? Who wants to read for friends and family? Perfect. Yes, 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 perfect. I can tell you from my own experiences, going down this journey has helped me massively in such a strong way. It's funny because I don't necessarily read for myself. I don't pull cards for myself. However, embarking on this journey of connection has enabled me to learn about raising my vibrations, protecting me. The tools and techniques that you guys will learn from this, you can use in your everyday life. It can help empower you in your everyday life as well. Awesome. So there are some people that want to do it for their family as well, which is great. Who would like to take it to a professional level? And it's okay if there's nobody or if there's one person, but who would like to learn on a deeper level so they can use it within a career? Or they can use it to help people more in a professional sense as well. I know we've got some healers on this group that want to learn. They've learned Reiki, they've learned the healing side, but they want to learn to connect in with that psychic sense of themselves to then help further their career and develop their career on a deeper level as well. If you want to put a P, just put a P. Undecided. Perfect. Undecided is perfect as well, Lauren. You may find at the end of this that you will use this in a way that you couldn't have even imagined as well. Candace, professional. Renee, down the track. Awesome. Perfect. Unsure, Kate, that's fine. Taz, yep, beautiful. Charlene, all three, brilliant. Now, if there's stuff that I'm not... Emma, professional, if I can do it. Honey, you can definitely do it. Don't put a time barrier on yourself though, okay? It's just a matter of enjoying the process along the way as well. Perfect. Jane, professional as well. Angela, same thing. Brilliant. If there's pieces of the puzzle that I am not necessarily doing in the class and you've got questions, put them up on the wall. No, it's taken me some time to get to where I am today. I never imagined that the Explore Dream Discover Centre would be what it is. I just knew that I wanted to help people. I knew I had a passion and a purpose to help. And it just happens to be that my purpose and my passion aligned with something bigger, which is brilliant. But the best thing is people are opening up to spirituality now, and it's not just about psychic readings. It is about really helping people on a deeper level than the other alternative therapies, which is brilliant. But again, everything has to be about intention. There will be bits and pieces of this that will resonate with some of you, that you will go, wow, that makes so much sense. I can use that. Hope you've got a pen and paper. Write some notes, write some keywords down, write questions down so we can answer those for you on the group. Yes, deeper healing, perfect. Embracing the journey, perfect. It's brilliant. I am so excited to see where you guys will be at the end of these 6 modules. Okay, because you're going to take it further and further, and however it is that you use it, whether it's for your personal journey, for your friends and family, or for professional, to help more people professionally. And for Tony as well, brilliant. It's perfect. You will find your way. As I said, if I can give you anything though, find your sense of individuality with what I'm giving you. Okay, I've done classes before. I've done a lot of classes where the biggest barrier that I probably see for people who want to take this professionally or even use it in that way, the biggest blockage that I probably see is I guess it's in a sense ego, but it's people comparing themselves to other people. So comparing themselves to other people in the class, or comparing themselves to me. I had one lady who was constantly, I want to be as good as you are, I want to be as good as you are. And she was trying to follow my path in the sense of have the same reading style. Because when you look up to somebody, that's what you do. You take on certain, beliefs or actions. And I kept saying to her, you need to embrace who you are as a reader. Take the structure and take the steps, but bring your own personality into it. And that is what she struggled with personally, which blocked her from taking it. And as soon as I helped her unblock that part, she started to take off. She started to do it on a more professional level and had to realize that even by using the same structure, she didn't have to necessarily be me. And I think that's what some people look at. They look at Doreen Virtue, who's this amazing woman, and they think, oh, I want to be able to do that. I want to be as good as her. And it blocks them instantly, because then they're trying to look at recreating who she is. But the world already has one of her. The world needs more light workers and, healers to be themselves, because we all resonate with different people. Let me tell you, the four of us who work, exactly, authenticity is everything. We all have different gifts, that's right. And our delivery is different. Let me tell you, the four of us who work in this centre, we have myself, who's a psychic medium. We have Lisa, who's a psychic medium. We have Nicole, who's a psychic medium. We have Reese, who's a hypnotherapist, which is a completely different ballpark. They're over here behind the camera at the moment, Lisa and Reese. And of course, we all do more than just psychic mediums, the three of us women. But we all get the same answers. We all get the same outcomes, but we read completely different. Our personalities and energy is completely different. And we've got a lot of people that resonate with all of us, but there are people who walk through that door that don't resonate with me, but that will resonate hugely with Lisa, or that won't resonate with Nicole, but will resonate with me. And we don't take it personally. It's simply that we just have to stay true with who we are and know that we will help the right people through our own experiences or our own, delivery with things. So if I can give you guys anything, when you start to doubt or feel like you're not, your journey's not as quick, or you're not at the same level, or those ego thoughts kick in, just do your best to acknowledge it and throw it out the window, okay? Because it's only going to block you, and it can take time, but once you do that, things will open up massively for you. For those who want to take it to the next level, I want to be able to help you do that. So, as I said, pick my brain. Okay, with that, so different ways that we connect in and use our psychic senses. The first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, please excuse me for a moment, is forecasting. Oh, thank you. Forecasting. So this is the most commonly sought after ability that psychics can give, okay? Anyone that comes to a psychic is seeking some sort of forecasting from them. So a forecast or forecasting is the ability to pick up on future events, seeing different circumstances, seeing different events, picking up on timelines, situations, emotions, feelings for the future. It's forecasting visions, or not even visions essentially, because not everyone is clairvoyant, not everyone uses clairvoyance, but it's picking up on future events, situations, feelings. And generally there's a timeline to these events as well, okay? I've actually put in little techniques to help you guys strengthen your forecasting. So little things, simple things that you can do to help you forecast better. So a simple thing is wake and set the intention with this, okay? Wake up moments before your alarm goes off. Put the intention out there. For some people, it absolutely drives them up the wall when they, okay? When you do that, but it's essentially you're putting the intention out there to forecast that you are going to wake up at a specific time. Think of the time before you look at the actual clock. These are, again, just tiny little techniques that you can do to strengthen this part of your ability. Think of the time before you look at the actual clock. You've been doing that for ages? Perfect. That's great. Another, think of the time that you will arrive home and look at the clock as you pull into the driveway. Mine is generally up to 6 months. Awesome. Yep. These are just tiny little activities that you guys can do, and you'll start to strengthen this ability, this part of you. Okay. For cards, when we get into the cards part of things, you will start to look at forecasting in a completely different light as well. Something that I wanted to address is another ability is predicting or predictions. Predictions are actually different to forecasting. So I've written, you may be wondering, what is the difference between forecasting and predictions? There is a subtle difference. A forecast will be able to give you minor details of the event that's being forecasted. So, for example, if you're forecasting, say, something to do with a career, okay, so you may forecast that there's going to be changes in the career, and I see it's going to be at this time, and it will come in a way because the boss isn't happy with X, Y, Z, therefore they're going to do this. You're giving them minor details. That's you forecasting a series of events, okay? Prediction, however, is it doesn't have all of those minor details. You may predict a timeline and this is going to happen, but you don't necessarily predict all of the minor details leading up to that event as such. So a prediction will more so tell you what an event may be without necessarily giving you the details to the event happening. Another difference between forecast and predictions is that while forecasts acknowledge the possibility of changing conditions, predictions tend to be more fatalistic. So a prediction focuses on one potential outcome. A good forecast will tell you what energy is coming, so you can decide how you want to respond to that energy instead. So does that make sense? So with a prediction, you're predicting a specific outcome that essentially there is no other ending. There is no other way of the ending or it going, really. With a forecast, it can change. It changes, okay? So I hope that makes sense between what a prediction is and what a forecast is. So a lot of the time you'll see psychics that do predictions with natural disasters and things like that. But then forecasting, so I do a forecast reading, which is the energy of the group or the energy of what's going on around. But essentially it can change through the power of decision. Forecasting, yes, like the weather, exactly. Weather forecast, and they can change. That's perfect way of describing it, Renee. So a lot of the time with our readings, if we're doing a reading, say if we're doing it in a way of using cards, we're forecasting. We are forecasting the future. We're not predicting the future. We're forecasting the future because the person who we are reading for, everyone's reason for doing readings is different. But for me personally, and I say this all of the time, my readings are all about resolution. They're about empowering the person who I'm giving the reading to empower them. I may give them information, but essentially they have the power to turn around and go, do you know what, I don't want to leave my job. I don't want my boss to be cranky at me because of that. Okay. And then this is where we offer some resolution. Go, okay, well, let's have a look at the other side of it. If you communicate now, if you open up your communication with your boss and you say, look, I've noticed that maybe there's a blockage in communication and this, let's work through that or, fix that, then that, of course, will change the outcome. Possibly. It may still happen, but there is the option there to change that outcome. So I do both. Is that both under clairvoyance? We're going to go, not tonight, but we're going to connect in on, so clairvoyance, just quickly, clairvoyance is clear sight, whether that's through third eye, in your mind's eye, or whether that's seeing physical manifestations, seeing visions through street signs, names, that side of things. That is through dreams, visions through dreams. That is clairvoyance. And we will go into this next class on a much deeper level and see what it is that you do a couple of tests. Not scary school tests, but you'll read through them and get to see what resonates with you. And we all use our 4 clairs: clairsentience, clairaudience, clairvoyance, and claircognizance, but we tend to lean more towards 2. And yes, it can change as well. Clairvoyance through sight. Clairaudience is through hearing. So you may hear voices in your head. They may be other voices, other people's voices, other spirits' voices. They may come as your own voice talking in third person. You may hear signs and information through music. There's many different ways, and we will go very deep into this with next week. Clairsentience is through feeling. So me, when I do mediumship, and empaths feel on such a deep level, hence why we're going to do protection. Clairsentience is feeling on a deep level, feeling the pain of other people, feeling the emotions when you're connected into their energy, feeling what they're going through, feeling physical pains if it's someone who's passed over. And claircognizance is knowing information with having no source of where it's coming from. Sometimes you just know things and you don't necessarily have a way of knowing how that's come about as well. There is free will involved. Absolutely, Angela. That's exactly right. And that's something, when you connect with somebody, I really hope, and again, you'll have your own reading style, but I hope that you can take on that part that you can say to a person, everything we can't affect free will, so I can give you information, but you have the power to change it if that's what you want to do. Another thing that we will talk about later on in the course is delivery. When we really start to learn about the card reading side of things, delivery is everything. Even when we get those bad news, or we get some information that maybe the person isn't going to be great for the person, it's how we deliver it as well. Okay, I've been working on that a lot. Perfect, hun. Perfect. We're going to delve into so much stuff. It's going to be brilliant. So that's the difference between forecast and predictions. Okay, so tools to forecast and predict. Essentially, these little babies here, these are just tools. These are not what does the reading for people, okay? These cards, they do not give the reading. It's you that gives the reading. These are just tools and ways to connect in. You've got your tarot cards, you've got your oracle cards, you've got your pendulums as well. Automatic writing is another way. It's just a tool to connect to your higher self, to your guides, to your angels, or whoever it is that you're connecting with. Dreams. When you dream, and you've got the visions through dreams as well. Again, some people work with dreams for predictions, especially. They want the predictions to come through their dreams. Meditation. Going into that meditative state to connect with their guides, their higher self, to spirit, to then bring through information, forecasting, predictions, that sort of things. And then the biggest one is just intuition. Connecting into your intuition, which is what I want to help you do over the course of the next 6 weeks. To really connect with your intuition though, and how you do it, okay? And then if you want to use the tools such as tarot cards, pendulums, automatic writing, your dreams, your meditations, you can expand from there. You will find what resonates with you. Some of you might play around with the cards and go, they block me. I don't get as strong messages. I would rather sit there and do some automatic writing, free flow for myself. Or you may go into a meditative state and be able to just bring out the visions or the things you're hearing or feeling without necessarily needing anything. Psychometry, I haven't put that in the book. Psychometry is another one. Psychometry is asking somebody who you're reading for something physical of theirs or for somebody who's passed over, and connecting into the energy of that piece and seeing, again, using your clairs, whatever one it is or two that you're using, on what comes through as well. I hope this is all making sense to you so far. So with that, I want to get into getting familiar with your deck. As I said, if you don't have it right now, that's fine. We're just getting familiar with our deck, or I'm teaching you guys how to get familiar with your deck of energy before actually using them within the next couple of weeks. If you do have your deck there, then please pick it up in front of you or get it in front of you, whether it's brand new or something, even if you've already feel you're familiar with your deck as well. I'm going to teach you, it's very simple. If you can do this with every deck of card that you have or that you get from here out, building a relationship with your tools that you're using, calibrating your energy to these tools is super important for strong connection. Okay, especially if you're going to be using these a lot. You can probably see, these are mine. These two I use the most. These actually are meant to have silver on the side of them. You probably see these ones quite a bit. If you've had readings with me, they're always with me. They're very, very well loved. You can see even the corners are peeling up on them, but I use them every single day. And I built a connection with them very, very quickly. So if you can bring your deck of cards, if you do have them, and if not, that's fine. When you do get them, you'll know how to open the package and do this. Start to build a connection with your deck. This will help you, once you start to calibrate your energy and put your energy into your deck or into your pendulums, you will get a stronger response and a stronger connection to them. And I'm going to give you things to do each week until we actually use these on a deep level as well. Once we get to the classes where we're only doing the card reading side of things, do these activities that I'm sharing with you now. So we're going to break in our deck essentially. Okay, so we'll skip straight to this one at the moment is the Angel Tarot deck. Let me see if I've even got... No, that's not it. This is Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck. Okay, I have other tarot decks as well that I use, but I feel the energy of these are a bit lighter, okay, than other tarot decks that I've connected with. And I'm going to teach you guys how to use more than one deck at once as well. I'll teach you how to use 3 decks at once. These ones are the Angel Answers. These are very, very simple. So I'll show you. You can see. One word. It's probably backwards for you guys. 2 words. There's not a lot of writing on these decks. Ugh. Very, very, very simple deck. Good for question readings though. If somebody's just got a question that they want to ask, these are great. I use these 2 together pretty much every single reading. So you can see. And the pictures on them are beautiful. Energy's, pardon me, very, very, very light. Again, that's Doreen Virtue as well. These are the only 2 I've got on me at the moment. These are the 2 that I tend to lean towards. But the second, I just bought that one secondhand. Beautiful. Perfect first tarot deck to start with. Okay. If your deck is new in a packet, unwrap the packaging, and pick it up and put your deck in your palms of your hands. If you have a deck of cards on you, just have one word too. Perfect. I think simple decks, to have those simple decks, I have a very, very detailed deck. Even here, like there's little, as you can see, it's very tattered, but there's little. I love the numbers. Like these, I really love these decks. Not all of them have the numbers on them, so it's your tarot, like your emotion cards. For here, your blue for these decks is your emotion cards, which is your cups. These are water cards, which is all about your emotions, and you really start to get to know your symbology around it as well. But I love having the numbers on cards, or having cards with numbers on them, so you can see that's a 6. Because when people ask me to forecast time frames, I will look into the situation, get the validations, and then I'll use these cards and with my intuition, and I'll pull some cards and I'll be like, okay, so there's a 9 and a 5. Okay, and then I'll connect in. Okay, so there's a 3 and then there's a 5. So say if I get a 3 and a 5 and I'm looking into a time frame, I look at it and I go, okay, so the 5 is a representation of the 5th month of the year, which is May. Then I pull another card and it will have a 3 on it. And I'll look and I go, okay, 3 months from now is May. Now that, again, is using my intuition to interpret what the numbers are. But I love using the numbers to start to get time frames with things, and for me personally, it has worked quite well. Perfect. So, unwrap your packaging, put your cards in your hand. The first thing to do is put your intention into your deck. You want to put your intention into your deck. With that, your intention may be that you want to use it simply for guidance, that you want to use it to help people, to gain more clarity, to help friends and family, this is going to be a deck that I use to take my career further. You know, whatever your intention is for using that, no, thank you for asking, it's perfect. Whatever your intention is for using the deck, please put that in straight away. Doing that, devil and death came out together. This is the thing as well. There's a misconception around those cards with tarot. This is why these are a little bit lighter. They've still got all the exact same cards, but they're worded differently. So with the death card, with tarot, people freak out when the death card comes out if you're reading using actual tarot cards, and they take it so literally that there's a death coming or there's something coming. You will put your own symbology on these as well. If you cannot read from the book, that will be brilliant. I would love to get you guys to that point, to trust your intuition and ability so much that you don't ever pick up your book. I don't even have books in my decks. There's a couple that I will pick up and I will read from the book to get familiar with it, but essentially it's about using your intuition and these as a tool. The death card, however, isn't necessarily about somebody around you dying or death coming. It can be about a rebirth. It can be about the start of something new. With every door that closes, a new door opens. It's how you put your symbology on your cards as well. I can give you, little things of symbology, but I can't tell you what your symbology will be. And when I say symbology, this will be, in dreams, something means. This is why when people go, oh, can you interpret my dreams for me? It's more about you interpreting your dream for you, because what I see in my dream has a completely different meaning to me than what it would to you. And it's very similar with this. So my yes or no, when I'm asking spirit for a yes or for a no, so for example, Nicole has a green tick and a red cross. She gets shown that a green tick or a red cross, that's her yes or her no. Somebody who was at my class on Sunday was saying that, and which is a clairvoyant thing. Nicole seeing a tick and a red cross is a clairvoyant vision. The lady who I was teaching on Sunday, she said she gets this feeling here in her solar plexus, and a yes, it goes up, and a no, it goes down to the pit of her stomach. And that's how she knows it's either a yes or a no. That's her validation. That's a clairsentient. And this lady doesn't necessarily connect on a clairvoyant level as well. She doesn't see visions. So her symbology is completely different to Nicole's, and vice versa. There's no right or wrong way. It just comes with time and practice for you to realize what your symbols are, what your symbology for your readings or your connection, whether it's to the person alive sitting in front of you or whether it's to somebody who's passed over. Mediumship's a completely different workshop and class. It's completely different to the card reading side of things. You will find your own symbology, okay? Okay, so again, putting your intention into why you want to use your deck. This can be a prayer. I suggest doing a prayer as well, okay? Want to use it, okay? Another thing is put gratitude into your deck as well. The gratitude is a huge thing. Great, showing it gratitude, storing it in something nice. This is my box that I use. It's got the red velvet inside, and I try to keep my deck, even though it doesn't look like it, in the best condition as possible. Again, same ones. Perfect. Perfect. What do you feel it means, Matty? Gratitude for your deck. Step 2, touch every single card. If you've got a huge tarot deck like this, have fun with that, but touch every single card in the deck. For some people, it's about fanning it out on the table and then going through and just simply touching every card in the deck. You may look at it and go, I don't know if you can see this, like this. But you want to touch every single card in the deck. You may look at it, and again, put in the intention. With an onyx on top of my cards, perfect, perfect for protection. You may look and go like this. As long as you're touching every single card, perfect. You are imparting your energy into each card, okay? That's step 2. Step 3 is about keeping your cards close to you for as long as possible, okay? Especially over the course of the next few weeks, whilst you are calibrating your energy to your cards. Whilst your cards are getting familiar with you and you are getting familiar with it or them, keep them on you, keep them in your handbag, put them, somewhere where your energy is present. Okay, you don't have to hold them all of the time or have them out all of the time, but have them around you as much as possible. But make sure you're cleansing your cards as well. You may want to start off by doing a sage with your cards, but again, intention's everything. You can do a prayer and ask Archangel Michael to come down and cleanse. That's actually the next step. How to clear your deck, and again, everybody's symbology is different. Everybody's way of doing things is different. Sometimes if I want to clear my deck in the middle of a reading, if I feel it needs a bit of a clear, I knock on it 3 times. My intention is to clear the deck of its energy by knocking on it. Or you may see in some of my lives, I blow on my deck 3 times. It's just something that I do to clear the energy of the deck. For some people, they need to do the full sage, the full smudge.
Sing.
Yeah, Lisa sings.
Singing bowl.
Yeah, singing bowls. Yeah, singing bowls are a beautiful way.
Put them in the singing bowl.
Yeah, Lisa puts them in the singing bowls. She hums to her deck. She sings to her deck. She has that way. Some people kiss them. They give them a kiss. Gratitude, clearing. Had mine with me every day in my work bag. Perfect, Kylie. Shuffled my cards, touched each one. Last one came up, life purpose. Brilliant, Emma. Brilliant. Very interesting, seeing as that's what we were talking about before, that maybe that's somewhere you would like to take it. I put a selenite wand on top of my deck. Awesome, Angela. Crystals. Crystals are a perfect way of protecting your deck and cleansing your deck as well. So cleanse your deck regularly. What I want you guys to do every single day whilst doing this course, every day that you remember, set an alarm if you need to, is pull 1 card a day for yourself. Shuffle your deck. You might lay them out. You might just know, you might hear when to stop, feel when to stop, and pull 1 card for yourself each day. This will be a really good way to get familiar with your deck. Don't go for the book straight away, okay? I have a pendulum, I like that. I would like to also learn more about that. Perfect, Charlene. Perfect. Pendulums are awesome as well. If I can fit it into this class, I know I've got a lot to teach and I don't want to keep you guys all night. If I need to do a separate class, I probably can do that. We'll find some time. Pendulums are just another tool as well. But pull 1 card every day for yourself. Before racing to the book, Have a look at it. Study. When next week, after we learn about your clairs and how it is that you connect in and your psychic profile, this is when you're going to get a bit of an understanding of yourself, of how it is you will connect and how it is you see visions, feel visions. This is where it all really opens up next week. This will make more sense, but look at the pictures on the cards. What feelings does it bring up? What words are on the cards? If you can keep a journal as well, that would be great. Pull one card, write it down. Okay, this is the card I pulled today, 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. Okay, I feel it's to do with this course that I'm doing. You know, it's going to take me somewhere. Life purpose. Emma, you might write, okay, card that I pulled, this is the date, life purpose. I'm feeling, you're going to start forecasting here. Okay, write it down. This could potentially be my life purpose. The feelings I'm getting are, I'm eager to learn, I'm this, I'm that, and that. See what comes up when you're reading it. Write it down, put a date down. Just pulled the 4 of Earth, seems appropriate for right now. Angel Tarot deck. Perfect. 4 of Earth is from memory. So, and this is the thing. Your cards as well may, I'm telling you now, it will change with every person you do a reading for. There's the 3 of Earth. 10 of Earth, it's in my other half. They always got a different reading, a different meaning as well. 2. What should be the last one that I do? 5. Maybe I don't have the 4. There it is. Perfect. Perfect. Write it down. Write down what the meaning is to you as well, okay? If you can keep a little bit of a journal as well. Candace pulled a card. Got a number 4 as well. Write the numbers down. It may start to make sense a little bit later on down the track. So, pull a card for yourself every day. If you can, even in your phones, right? Keep a note section in your phones. Write down what it is and what the meaning is to you every single day. By the end of 6 weeks, I don't know how many days, Reese, how many days is in 6 weeks? 42.
No, 43.
No? 43. 42, 43.
6 weeks.
Yes.
28.
Yeah.
6 weeks times 7. What am I doing?
Put it,
oh my God.
no, hang on a minute, guys.
43.
Put him on the spot. In 6 weeks.
36.
Days.
6 sixes are 36.
Let me get
plus 7 sixes are 43.
Let's see if anyone else can beat me
I
to
said it's
it.
43.
Days, that's 1 month. Yeah. All right, let's see. I'm putting him to the test.
7 times 6 is 43.
Okay, 43. Emma says 42. Here we go. 42, 43 days. All right. That's.
Well, it depends on the month.
Well, that's true.
But hang on.
It's around now. They're gonna battle on what this is, but it's around that time frame. So that's 42. Emma, you were right. You get a prize. 42 days of you pulling a different card, analysing it, looking at the numbers, looking at the pictures. You will get to know your deck very, very well within those 42 days. Keep a journal if you can. Okay? So do those steps over, Emma's laughing now, over the next few weeks, and it will help you get familiar with your deck. Okay? Okay, so let's jump into the energy protection side of things. I don't need these. That's just something simple. Get to know your deck before we really start to use them to connect with other people. Okay? As I said, if you don't have your deck at the moment, it's all right. You will have plenty of time. I wanted to move into the energy protection side of things. When I first started to learn about spirituality, about connection, about becoming a psychic, doing courses, I didn't realize how important protection was. You learn very, very quickly. I can tell you that much. You may be thinking, why would I need protection? Why do I need to learn about the protection side of things? And I put this all in the book as well, so please read through the book. When you're working with energy, somebody's vibration. As I said, not everybody that you do readings for are going to have all of their stuff together. A lot of the time they're going to be going through some poop, and they're going to look to you for clarity or for help to move out of it. It can be quite draining. You may come across, and we're going to do a whole class on this, energy vampires. They don't necessarily know that they're sucking the life out of you, or that it's becoming too much, but you will come across them. You need to protect your own energy when you're working one-on-one with people. You're doing that energy exchange, okay? So what can happen if you do not energetically protect? You may start to find yourself feeling tired, to feeling drained, feeling sleepy all of the time. You may find yourself having headaches, feeling dizzy, feeling ungrounded. Your health may decline. Illness starts to take place. You may have pain in the body, even if it's not yours. You can pick up the pains of other people or even spirit around you. You can open yourself up to negative energy. Now, I don't think I've put this in here, but I will talk about attachments. There's a lot of stigma around negative attachments and what they are, and spirit form attachments and negative entities. Something I guess I'll talk about it right now here in class, being that we're in the first week, it's a good time to discuss it, is with everything there's light. With light there is dark. It is out there. Okay, but to get a negative spirit attachment, it's not an easy thing, despite what some people may say or think or believe. You have to be at a very low vibration. So even if you're opening yourself up, yes, we're opening ourselves up to everything whilst we're working with other people's energy. But to get a spirit or negative attachment as such, you have to be at a very low vibration. And generally what happens is there's two types of attachments. There's your spirit attachment, negative spirit attachment, or any just spirit attachment. On a mediumship level, sometimes spirits who want help to cross over can then make that attachment. But then there's thought form, which tends to be the main attachment, but people misconstrue it for these negative spirit attachments. Thought form attachments is created and manifested through our style of thinking, which often comes from depression, lower anxiety, lower vibrational states, drinking too much alcohol, taking drugs, painkillers, all of these things lowers our vibration, which then we start to get into these lower thought forms, and we become attached to situations, to people. And this is why we've got to learn to cut the cords on things, which is what I'm going to teach you. But you have to be in a very, very, very bad position or low state to attract in these negative attachments, these negative spirit attachment side of things. So I don't want you guys to stress too much. Yes, I'm not discrediting that it's not there, that it doesn't happen. But I want to break the stigma around that we can just walk down the street or pick up a pack of cards and get these serious negative attachments. We also have psychic attack as well, which is why I'm going to teach you guys about protection. Psychic attack, it doesn't necessarily always come from somebody who's intentionally sending crap to you. It can be unintentional. When people talk behind your back and gossip and do all of that, and suddenly we're feeling low and tired and don't understand why, is because it's the intention. The intention's there. So this is where the protection side of things will help. I hope that makes sense and clears up any stigma around that. If you've got questions, please put them up or on this video or on the page, and I'll write it up for you. I'll put up articles. I'll give you guys whatever I can. Get other people's pain, don't know where it's coming from a lot of the time. That's one thing I'm really hoping to get from all of this, being able to connect what I feel is where it is coming from. Awesome, Kate. Awesome. That happens a lot. You will start to learn the difference between incoming, where it's coming from, if it's spirit, if it's people around you, via learning about the protection side of things and doing the trial and error as well. Okay? So ways to protect ourselves energetically. Please do this part before you work with other people's energy. Please do this on a day-to-day basis anyway, and you will see the difference between your relationships. You'll see the difference within your health. You'll see the difference within your mindset, how you're feeling, the way people interact with you as well. Give this a go, but definitely take this part on board before you start connecting on a psychic or energetic level. Ways to protect yourself energetically. These can be used in your everyday life, as I said, but definitely put them into practice over the next couple of weeks, okay? Especially before you're reading cards. Please, I cannot stress around the protection side of things. The first one I want to talk about is the bubble of light or shield. This is probably the most well-known form of protection. It's white lighting or bubbling. It doesn't even need to be white light. We're going to actually go into the different colours. I don't want to have you guys up till midnight, but I'm going to do what I can to push through. There's only this part left, the protection stuff. So shielding basically means visualizing, intending and feeling that you are completely surrounded in an orb, blanket or cocoon of light from the divine. The good thing is shielding with light and with assistance of the angels is that easy. As I keep saying to you, it is all about intention. It's about the thought and the intention that you put into it. You may feel physical feelings when you do it as well. Please read this in your book, okay? I put a whole section in, and I don't want to read through it all. I want you guys to actually go through and read it, and then put up any questions and stuff that you may have as well. You can bubble, shield, white light, protect not just yourself, but your belongings as well. Your home, your car. Especially if you get feelings around things, put that bubble of protection around your car or that shield around your car. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to do this. You can do it around your home, your workspace, your possessions, around loved ones as well, kids. You can put bubbles of protection around them as well. Asking Archangel Michael, putting the visualizations out there as well. But let's look into different colours. So we know about the white bubbles and the gold bubbles that we use, but what do the different colours mean? Okay, what do the different colours that we use within our shields or with our bubbles mean? So, I'm not sure if you guys have your book, but I'm going to show you. It should look a little bit like this at the moment. So you can see your pink shield. So visualizing that pink shield or that pink bubble also protects against negativity in all forms. Nothing can penetrate a pink light shield except for loving energies with love and light and compassion. Pardon me, so surrounding yourself with pink light, you're effectively sending loving into towards yourself. Okay, so when you visualize the color pink, and again, this is interesting because this also forms with the aura side of things. Visualizing the pink, so it protects against negativity of all forms and only allows that of love and light into your aura, into your space. A green shield, so visualizing the green bubble or the green coming down. It's an effective physical healing tool for those working to physically heal themselves or when taking care of others who are ill. So if you're a nurse, if you work in the health industry, if you take care of sick patients, using a green bubble or a green shield around you would be the perfect protection. I would love to know I'm going to keep talking, but put in the comments, what do you do for work? I would love to get a bit of a grasp on what does everybody here do for work. A purple light shield carries the energy of the violet flame of transmutation. Purple light will protect against negativity, align you with divine guidance, and elevate your spiritual vibration simultaneously. With a purple light shield around you, negativity in your mists will be transmuted into light. And lower vibrational energies, entities, and negativity in all forms, including psychic attack, will be repelled. And if they come too close, dissolve into the light of the divine. Reception, health coach, perfect. Health coach, Angela, this would be great for you. Working around people and in environments with other people, in the office, shopping centres, that side of things. Bubble in yourself every day. Make this a part of your morning routine. Get this pen and get this piece of paper up and go, what will I need today? Think about who you're working with or what environment that you're in, and look at what colour or bubble of light you want to use. Okay, if you can't visualize or you feel like you struggle with visualizing, simply ask your angels or your guides to bubble you in these colors. Okay, blue. A blue light shield will soothe and calm your energy if you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed by the energies or people surrounding you. It can also help you to collect your thoughts and clearly communicate your truth. Since blue is calming and soothing, it's a great shield to work with during sleep, or if you're feeling anxious or overly emotional or heated. If you're having challenges with somebody in the workplace, a blue bubble is the perfect thing to put on in the morning. Okay? A blue bubble is definitely going to help open up communication, but also protect you from the energy. A rainbow light shield will surround you in the colours of divine light. This helps to boost your healing and spiritual abilities while keeping your energy safe, loving, and protected. So a rainbow light shield. A silver light shield of light is a wondrous shield to wear when you're going to be in a busy public place or around lots of people. So putting up that metal or that silver shield will help neutralize the energy of the people around you and the environment around you. And then a gold light shield works well to boost your confidence, creativity, and spiritual inspiration. Gold carries an incredibly high vibration, and this color of light makes a wonderful outer shell to be used in conjunction with any other of the light bubbles that you choose to use. The thing is, it can be done so simple. As soon as you get up in the morning, okay, make it a part of your morning ritual, and you will start to see the effects that it has on how people are treating you, the people you are attracting in, the connection that you're having even on your day-to-day life, in your day-to-day life. Something as well is if you feel people are crossing that boundary, if you can visualize or even put it out there with intention, to push your shield, your aura, your bubble, your energy out. Push it out as far as you can. Watch the difference it makes in your environment. If you're walking in a public place, so Angela is talking about feeling drained in public spaces, shopping centres, hospitals, put the green bubble up. Gold bubble, green bubble, white bubble, even all of them. But walking down the markets, walking in shopping centres, as you're walking, usually people walk like this and you're all squishing together. Just put the intention out there and feel yourself pushing that energy out and watch what happens. I've done this so many times. Rather than people going like this and squeezing past and knocking shoulders, people start to walk around you. People will actually without realizing what they're doing, they just start to walk around you because your energy is different. You're pushing your energy out there. Give that a go. Okay, so other forms of protection. I want you guys to go, as I said, get your books and read these on a deeper level. I won't go too much into it. And then if you've got questions, please put them up or message me personally. But invoke a purple pyramid of light. And I have put this in there. So there's all information on how to do this as well. My activity for you this week is, even though I said, this is going to be a hands-on class, I want to challenge you guys a little bit. I want you guys every day to, and if you can write this down or make a mental note, every day in the morning, do one form of protection, and in your lunch break, do that form again, and then really boost up the way that you're protecting yourself, whether it's through visualizations or these techniques that I'm giving you. The second activity for this week, and I will check in with you guys throughout the week as well, and on our next live and ask some questions and see who's doing it. Pull a card, and if you can keep a journal with your card, 1 card a day, that is it. Write down some stuff, because I'm at the end of the class, at the end of this course, I'm going to check in on how things have gone and your progression as well. Okay, so here's a list of the top 10 protective crystals and what each one is good for. So I'm going to, I don't know if you guys have your book in there, so I'm just going to show you, and we've even got some here I can grab. But the first one is black tourmaline. So here, this is a piece of black tourmaline. This is a raw piece of black tourmaline. Just the energy. And if you ever have computers that are not working, or any electronics that are not working, black tourmaline, put it on your computer, put it on your electronics, and you will see, every time I've done it, every single time I have done it, whatever electronically is not working, works. It starts to work straight away. I've been in workshops before where my laptop has, completely died, and I couldn't get it on. I put a piece of tourmaline on the laptop, put the intention out there, and turned on the on button, bang, started working. Tourmaline is amazing. Yes, we do. We sell pieces like this in the shop, all different sizes. So, how do we use black tourmaline? Black tourmaline repels lower harmful frequencies. If there's one crystal I'd recommend in general for all-round protection, this is the crystal. It would have to be black tourmaline. It creates the equivalent of an electrical force field around your aura, so that that lower vibrations and psychic debris will bounce right off you. This is usually why it's the most commonly recommended crystal for protection. Its weakness, however, is that I found it only works for unintentional energies, vibes that are being sent at you willfully and powerfully can penetrate, as can spirits and spirit attachments, but it's still a good choice for daily protection. Okay? The next one, excuse me, jet. Do we have any jet, Lisa, in the shop? No, we don't have any, but I'll show you the picture here. Jet absorbs energy more than it emits. So you will get hit with someone else's, so when you get hit with someone else's emotions, if you're wearing jet, it will draw those vibes out of your system. You'll still be in tune, but won't have to suffer for it. Please note, jet needs to be cleaned regularly. Okay? Labradorite, sorry, I always say it wrong, shields against psychic attack. It shields against psychic attack, fixation, and ill-wishing. So when people are intentionally sending things your way, or even not intending, if they're just talking behind your back, again, intention is everything. Go through and read this on a deep level, because I've put a lot of information about each stone as well. Fluorite. So fluorite cloaks your energy. See if you can read this. Fluorite cloaks your energy signature to avoid the effects of sorcery, psychic attack, or curses. So blue kyanite is another good one. It's really good for kids who are experiencing bullying as well. So here, blue kyanite, you can see it's absolutely beautiful. Have a look at